For decades, Neptune was one of the most mysterious planets in the solar system. From Earth, it appeared as nothing more than a tiny blute. Even the most powerful telescopes could only reveal faint details hidden beneath its thick atmosphere. Then, in 1989, NASA's Voyager 2 became the only spacecraft ever to fly past Neptune. For the first time, humanity saw the planet up close. Dark storms, powerful winds, a deep blue world unlike anything we'd ever seen. Scientists thought it would be decades before we could improve on those images. They were wrong. The James Webb Space Telescope has done something many believed was impossible. It has captured the clearest and most detailed images of Neptune ever taken from deep space. And what those images reveal is changing the way astronomers see the most distant giant planet in our solar system. At first glance, Neptune doesn't seem particularly extraordinary. It's the eighth planet from the Sun, nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away. A frozen giant where sunlight is about 900 times weaker than it is on Earth. If you stood near Neptune, the sun wouldn't dominate the sky. It would look like an exceptionally bright star. Yet despite receiving so little heat, Neptune is one of the most violent worlds we know. Its atmosphere is home to the fastest winds in the solar system. Some storms race across the planet at more than 2,000 kilometers per hour. That's almost twice the speed of sound. Strong enough to circle Earth in less than a day. For years, scientists struggled to understand how a planet so cold could produce such incredible weather. Then James Webb looked closer. Unlike the Hubble Space Telescope, which mainly observes visible light, James Webb specializes in infrared light. This allows it to see details completely invisible to human eyes. Instead of simply photographing Neptune's clouds, it can reveal their structure, their composition, even subtle differences in temperature. The result is breathtaking. For the first time, bright methane ice clouds can be seen wrapping around the planet in extraordinary detail. Delicate streaks stretch across the atmosphere like glowing rivers in the darkness. Storm systems that once appeared blurry now reveal intricate shapes and patterns. But perhaps the biggest surprise isn't Neptune itself. It's something surrounding it, the faint rings of Neptune. For decades, these rings remained one of the least understood features of the outer solar system. Voyager 2 photographed them only briefly. From Earth, they were incredibly difficult to observe. Many people didn't even know Neptune had rings at all. James Webb changed that overnight. Its images reveal the rings with astonishing clarity.
Thin,
Elegant, almost glowing against the blackness of space. Some sections appear brighter than others, showing complex structures that astronomers are still trying to understand. These aren't solid rings like giant disks. They're made of countless tiny particles of dust and ice orbiting the planet. Fragile, ancient,
and constantly changing.
Then there's Neptune's largest moon, Triton. At first glance, it almost steals the spotlight. In Webb's infrared images, Triton shines so brightly that it nearly outshines Neptune itself. But that's not because Triton is hotter. It's actually one of the coldest known objects in the solar system. The reason is even more fascinating. Its icy surface reflects sunlight exceptionally well, making it appear brilliantly bright in infrared observations. Triton is unlike any other large moon. It orbits Neptune backwards, the only major moon in the solar system to do so. This strange orbit suggests it didn't form around Neptune at all. Scientists believe Triton was once a dwarf planet wandering through the Kuiper Belt before Neptune captured it billions of years ago. If that's true, then Neptune quite literally stole a world from the outer solar system. And James Webb is allowing us to study that captured world in greater detail than ever before. But the telescope's most important discovery
May not be what it photographed.
It may be what those astonishing images are helping scientists uncover about Neptune's hidden atmosphere. And that mystery is only beginning to unfold. But the breathtaking images are only part of the story. The real breakthrough came when scientists began analyzing the data hidden inside them. James Webb isn't just a camera. It's one of the most powerful scientific instruments ever built. Every image contains information about temperature, chemistry, cloud structure, and even how light interacts with Neptune's atmosphere. What astronomers found was extraordinary. Neptune's atmosphere is far more dynamic than anyone expected. For years, scientists believed they had a fairly good understanding of the planet's weather. Then Webb revealed details that had never been seen before. High-altitude methane clouds appeared in stunning clarity. Bright bands wrapped around the planet. Delicate streaks stretched for thousands of kilometers. Some cloud systems seemed to change shape far more rapidly than expected. It was as if Neptune had been hiding an entirely different face. But perhaps the biggest surprise came from the planet's upper atmosphere. Scientists already knew Neptune was cold. Very cold. Average temperatures can fall below -210 degrees Celsius. Yet Webb's observations confirmed that the upper atmosphere has been cooling significantly over the past few decades. That's a mystery. Neptune takes 165 Earth years to complete just one orbit around the Sun. A single season on Neptune lasts roughly 40 years. Changes in temperature should happen incredibly slowly. Yet observations suggest the atmosphere is evolving much faster than expected.
No one knows exactly why.
Some researchers believe seasonal changes may be more complex than current models predict. Others think unknown atmospheric processes could be transporting heat in ways we've never observed before. For now, the answer remains one of Neptune's greatest mysteries. Then there's another astonishing fact. Neptune actually produces more internal heat than it receives from the Sun.
Think about that.
The planet is nearly 4.5 billion kilometers from our star. Very little sunlight reaches it. And yet, Neptune radiates roughly twice as much energy as it absorbs. Somewhere deep inside the planet, an invisible engine is still running. Scientists suspect this internal heat helps power Neptune's incredible weather. It may be one of the reasons the planet experiences winds exceeding 2,000 kilometers per hour. Imagine standing inside a hurricane on Earth. Now imagine winds almost 3 times faster. That's the kind of environment Neptune creates. And despite decades of research, we still don't fully understand how. James Webb also gave astronomers a closer look at Neptune's rings than ever before. Unlike the magnificent rings of Saturn, Neptune's are faint and fragile. Some are only a few dozen kilometers wide. Others contain mysterious bright arcs, dense clumps of material that seem like they shouldn't survive for very long. Normally, gravity should spread these particles evenly around the planet. But somehow, the arcs remain. Scientists think Neptune's small moons may be helping hold them together through delicate gravitational interactions. It's a cosmic balancing act that's still not completely understood. Then our attention returns to Triton, the strange moon that continues to puzzle astronomers. Webb's observations are helping researchers study its icy surface in unprecedented detail. Beneath that frozen crust may lie a hidden ocean of liquid water. If that's true, Triton could join Europa and Enceladus as one of the most promising ocean worlds in the solar system. Even more remarkable, Triton is slowly spiraling toward Neptune. Unlike our moon, which is drifting away from Earth, Triton is moving closer, very slowly, but inevitably. Billions of years from now, Neptune's gravity will likely tear Triton apart. Its icy fragments could spread out to form an entirely new ring system, perhaps even more spectacular than the one we see today. It's a reminder that even planets evolve. Nothing in the solar system remains the same forever. And thanks to James Webb, we're witnessing Neptune's story with a level of detail that previous generations of astronomers could only dream about. But perhaps the most exciting discoveries are still waiting inside the data Webb continues to send back every single day. And perhaps that's the most exciting part of all. James Webb hasn't finished exploring Neptune. In many ways, it's only just begun. Every observation the telescope makes adds another piece to a puzzle that scientists have been trying to solve for decades. Because despite being one of the giant planets in our own solar system, Neptune remains one of the least understood. Only one spacecraft has ever visited it. Voyager 2 spent just a few hours flying past the distant planet in 1989. Everything we've learned since then has come from telescopes millions or even billions of kilometers away.
Now,
James Webb is giving us a completely new perspective, and it's revealing a planet that is far more active than anyone imagined. The more scientists analyze the data, the more questions they discover. How do Neptune's storms survive for years? Why do some dark vortices suddenly appear, only to disappear without warning? What powers the fastest winds in the solar system? And what is really happening deep beneath those beautiful blue clouds? The truth is, no one has ever seen Neptune's interior. Beneath its upper atmosphere lies an ocean unlike anything on Earth. Not an ocean of water, but a vast layer of superheated fluids made of water, ammonia, and methane compressed under unimaginable pressure.
far below that,
Scientists believe there may be a rocky core surrounded by exotic forms of matter. Some researchers even think that inside Neptune, carbon atoms are squeezed so intensely that they could form tiny diamonds. Instead of falling like raindrops, they would slowly sink through the planet's interior. A world where diamonds literally rain from the sky. It sounds impossible, yet according to laboratory experiments and computer models, it may actually happen. If that's true, Neptune is hiding one of the most extraordinary natural phenomena in the universe. And that's what makes James Webb so important. Every new observation helps scientists test ideas that once existed only on paper. Some theories will be confirmed, others will be completely overturned. That's how science moves forward, one discovery at a time. But Neptune is more than just a fascinating planet. It's also a window into countless other worlds across the galaxy. Over the past 2 decades, astronomers have discovered hundreds of exoplanets similar in size to Neptune. In fact, mini-Neptunes appear to be one of the most common types of planets in the Milky Way. Ironically, our own solar system contains only 2 ice giants, Uranus and Neptune. Yet throughout the galaxy, planets like Neptune may outnumber worlds like Earth. By understanding Neptune, we're also learning about billions of distant planets orbiting other stars. Planets we may never visit, but whose secrets can be unlocked by studying the giant blue world in our own cosmic backyard. Perhaps that's the greatest achievement of the James Webb Space Telescope. It isn't simply taking beautiful pictures. It's transforming tiny points of light into real worlds. Worlds with weather, seasons,
clouds, moons, rings,
and stories waiting to be told. Neptune is no longer just the faint blue dot at the edge of the solar system. It's a dynamic, ever-changing planet, full of mysteries that continue to challenge everything we thought we knew. And if James Webb can reveal this much about a planet nearly 4.5 billion kilometers away, imagine what it will uncover next. Hidden galaxies from the dawn of time, new exoplanets with Earth-like atmospheres, the birth of stars, the death of stars, perhaps even evidence that changes our understanding of the universe forever. We're living in a remarkable era of exploration, not because we're traveling farther than ever before, but because, for the first time, we have instruments powerful enough to truly see the universe as it is. So the next time you look up at the night sky, remember that beyond Saturn, beyond Uranus, a deep blue giant continues to circle the sun in near darkness. A world of supersonic winds, frozen clouds, brilliant rings, and mysteries that humanity is only beginning to understand. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you never miss our next journey through the greatest mysteries of space. Because every image James Webb sends back reminds us of one simple truth. The universe is far stranger, far more beautiful, and far more mysterious than we ever imagined.